Is it part two already? Good Lord. 6:16 in the morning, Sunday, West Coast time. It's the 4th of August, 2024. We were John C. Roseman, California. The zombie. Yeah, screwed up. Sleep deprived, emotionally screwed up. Going through the memories, talked about Olympics, pens, egos, Trump fanatics, and then we get down to income, brass tacks, and income tax, and things family have to do for his fighting for a living and survival. How about that one? So I was talking about growing up in poverty. I think I talked about this one many times. I'll talk about it again. Drive people nuts. This is I had to be polite sometimes about it. That's the least being impolite. So I said before, food stamps. You ever gone through school lunch line when you were a young kid and you had tickets they had to go through? Each week, get yourself a selection of tickets. Each month, get yourself signed up. Constantly bureaucracy going on. Each semester, hold on to those damn tickets because they were breakfast and lunch or nutritional lunch. But each month, you would have to accompany your mother to get tickets that would feed the family for about a month. And we had to. Embarrassing as hell. But then again, I discovered that I wasn't the only one. I thought I was selected. No, I wasn't selected. I was among many during those days. We had tickets that matched up to the day and the meal. Yeah. Breakfast could mean breakfast or nutrition, which meant you would still have breakfast and nutrition consisting of coffee cake and a sausage and milk or orange juice if you're lucky enough. There goes acid indigestion right there. So that's what would happen. Acid reflux. Discovered as a young kid. Sausage was good. It was pork, spiced up sausage you'd get these days. And throughout the years. Almost similar to Farmer Rounds. Or Farmer John's. Farmer John's sausage. That kind of spicing in it. But it's like everywhere else. They have the same spicing, so you couldn't tell the difference anyway. But the coffee cake was coffee cake. The recipe for that thing has been out for decades. People tried to get it from LA Unified, tried to get the recipe because the kids grew up on it, remembered it as adults, say, oh, how good it was back then. Yeah, but it was also nutrition. It was something to feed your belly. And then you had the milk. When I was a young kid, between, let's see, about 5 through, what was it, 11th or 12th year old, we would have milk money. If you had a few coins jingling, be able to get yourself a carton of milk. Couldn't get anything on credit. No money, no milk. So the schools milked it out of you. And then you'd be able to deal with the slop that the school would give you. Sometimes it was slop, and other times it was pizza. And everyone else went insane over trading over that stuff. But if you had a few coins in your pocket, maybe you'd get something else. But as a kid, they give you the tickets. You give it back to the cafeteria and mark it up as, okay, we got these tickets back over here. So tell the state we need more money coming down the pipeline. But at least you get your food. Sometimes you trade. But if somebody else was going to be doing stupid enough, everyone else starved because we had food fight going on. A rare but not pleasant thing to go through. You value that trend, you value that food. But if you wanted the other guy's stuff, you had to trade for it. Oh, it was so nice going in with tickets because I didn't realize what it meant. Low income. You didn't have the money to pay for it, you had the tickets. That's what happened for me going through elementary school. Food tickets. It's like using food stamps to get your food. You don't know about the stigma until you get older, and then you start feeling the shame of it all. When you get kids, and then later on adults shaming their ass on that one. Even in junior high, some people are actually able to afford a few things. You know what the hardest damn thing was? Coming up before first day of school, and you had to get everything going. You had to get ready. You had to buy the school outfits. You had to get the pricing for that. So family would have to scrape up on that one. The books were already books were part of the school system. You didn't worry about that. But if you wanted to get a few things, like maybe a few pencils or notebooks, I mean, they did have a school store as long as you paid for the damn shit. My God, he's actually got $1 in his hand. That means he's got jingling there. He could buy himself a new pen that he just lost the old one or broke or something like that. But he can also go into the line and get himself a burger. It's not like the burgers we deal with. Oh no, pepper burgers. Mixed in somewhere with the burger before they gave it to you. They had to cook the damn thing. Microwaved, I think, or steamed or something. Gave me a package of, well, we didn't get any ketchup. We got mustard. If you were lucky, you'd get a slice of cheese on it. American processed. They didn't have any french fries. They had potato chips. You would have milk. We had chocolate milk. Sodas, if you actually had jingling in your pocket, you could actually go to the machines that we actually had all over the place, all over the campus, and get yourself a soda. But if you didn't, you were stuck with what you had. Some people say, oh, boo hoo hoo hoo. Well, maybe. If you're in that kind of a financial dire, well, how come you didn't earn money as a kid? Yeah, right, sure. Yeah, let's see. Apartment complexes never actually had that much landscape to do in the first place. And when you're living in projects, well, you didn't trust anybody in the first place. I didn't live in the projects. I lived in an apartment complex, and I still didn't trust that much people, but we didn't have any places to utilize equipment. But you live in a house, it's a different story altogether. Of course, you need your equipment for that one. But I didn't see any opportunities if I happened to live in a neighborhood full of apartments. I didn't have a car to transport me to and from with the equipment, which only left the paper route. We had the Daily News green sheet out there. We had the Herald Examiner, and we had the LA Times. And the Herald was usually asking for more people, more boys. There was always a paper boy, one way or another, in different areas. Had to cover for each other on some occasions. I screwed up my brother's job one time, being stupid as a young kid. I was going to help him out on his paper route. I don't know what reason why I came with him. Maybe Ma wanted me out of the house for a reason, for something, I don't know. But Dave had me as a tag along, and we got ourselves a high gravity shopping cart. Back in those days, high gravity meant that you had a smaller shelf, but down below we were supposed to have enough room to put bulky stuff down below. And the shopping baskets we're used these days, we have this huge high volume cart and then a very itty bitty small space down below. The high gravity that they used was very small for the smaller stuff, but if you wanted to have the bulkier stuff, it was down below. Problem is with those things, They have a tendency of rolling on inclines, and there's no brakes on these damn things. And if our brother keeps telling you not to go into damn things, what do? You don't listen to the brother. You get on there because you're going to help his brother out. And until suddenly, ah, boom, 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 and end up in the damn hospital. Ma was livid. I don't know if she was livid at me, more livid at him because he wasn't paying attention what the hell he was doing. And he was very apologetic. But she wasn't going to punish him. She wasn't. The other things, yeah, but this one, Dave was already being punished enough as it is with his own damn guilt. And they had to look at me like, what the fuck did you do, John? I don't know. I'm a stupid kid. What do I expect? Shit. 3 places in here. 3 places in here. Still hurts from time to time. I don't blame him for it. That was my own damn fault. Shit. Didn't listen. Didn't want. I was too damn busy trying to help him out. I mean, damn fool, damn idiot. It cost Mom more in medical bills than anything else. Damn good she had medical insurance in those days. I was talking about being dirt poor, wasn't it? Yeah, even in the urbanites, you can be dirt poor and show it. I think I talked about this one several times in my videos. Probably talk about it again. Dealing with food stamps? Oh yeah. These days we got plastic. Past 40 years, I think, more than that we had plastic. But paper? Shit. Said before, my mother would drag me and my brother, or just me, to food stamp distributing place. I think a long time ago I tried to show this one over to some people I thought they wanted to talk about. Apparently not. Some things I guess are beyond their comprehension for it. Anyway, you'd have to go to the bureaucratic office from time to time to re-up the paperwork. See the boys growing up, and there'd be a chit-chat between the worker and the mother. Ma would be keeping track of the worker would be keeping track of her clients, so we know who the hell we're going to be going to next. And there were offices. I lived in the San Fernando Valley. There were always offices, but actually 2 places actually people would go to. First of the month, but also in between when you need to get the damn paperwork processed and turned in. God, you couldn't mail the shit. Nope. Had to turn it in personally, so we'd have to go to this one particular place, underground parking, go into an elevator, go up there, and there's the offices. We didn't have those prefabricated walls, the foldable walls. No, they actually had desks. They actually had open areas. Sometimes they would have the glassed areas for interviews, but the rest of the time you're just talking to people left and right. Wait in the line, you wait in the back of the building, which is right at the street, and there's an elevator on the side, left side, I think, as you're facing the row of desks and workers over there. The worker would get up and escort you to her desk. Hi, boys, how we doing? Hi, Mrs. Such and Such. You've gotten so big, Johnny. And look at you, David. How are they doing? And how's your grandmother? And how's your mother? I mean, they tried to make it into a personal situation during those days. Actually, it had made it personal. These days, you feel like it's treated like a number sometimes in the court. But, if you stay there long enough, they start to know you more and more. Get the paperwork filled out. It's like every 3 or 4 weeks. No, if we're talking about food stamps, it's like every 3 months. Talking about cash aid, it's like every 4 months we come in. So, a few times we'd come in and do the paperwork. And the rest of the time was the fun part. If the bureaucracy wasn't boring the living crap out of you. And we had to go all the way down to one particular boulevard. Drive you crazy when you didn't have the money itself to get yourself some stuff, but you had to wait for that county money or state money at that point. The state money. People would look down on people like that. They did. They did. It means that you're lazy. You couldn't do anything. You all the damn things that slurs would throw at your face on that one. These days, it's a necessity. It's imperative. Have a little additional income of some sort to keep your ass going and the food going. During the COVID time is when I used a lot of it. Try to get as much bulk as I can to store and stretch it out as much as I can. Back then, couldn't do that as much, could you? No. Set of books, set amount per month, and you had to make every one of those pieces of paper stretch. And the food, the change would be green. That means we could buy extra stuff with it. And if we did have green with us, we'd get it from the distributing places. Show the ID, should paperwork, sign the paperwork, and get your distribution. You can't believe how many people will be lining up outside the door, or actually inside. Wind it somehow. But yeah, I remember those. 10, 15 minutes later, you're from the back of the door, and now you're into the front of the door, trying to be that efficient about it. And it was just so damn cold. There was no place to sit down, no bathroom. You weren't there staying long. You weren't. There were doors, but you weren't going to get through them. And when you finally got them, you better make sure that you actually had a shopping list ready to go. I did. Every month we had to have that shopping list, and this is like in between jobs that she actually had. But when we had to take care of the grandmother and mama, actually grandma and Aunt May, yeah, we had to do this every single month. Deal with the food stamps at school, the nutrition that kept the belly from screaming and yelling that you needed more food until you got back home and then you had food. But in order to get to food, you needed to find out what your menus are like. And then here's the fun part about it all: savoring every damn receipt, because you would have to price out what exactly we want for the rest for the meals for the week and for the month. We had to figure this shit out like crazy. We'd figure out the prices, how much we were going to spend, see if the prices were going up or not, and if they weren't, we knew what we were going to get. We had the shopping list ready to go, because the next day, after Ma got the funds from the state, God, here we go. And the race is on, boys and girls. We get there early in the morning enough, and then we see the people with the food stamps coming in first. Some people will actually come in with actual money to pay for this stuff. Oh, but you got in there a little too late during the afternoon when you could, or in the evening. That's when they were griping and grumbling began. Oh my God, I couldn't stand that one, could I? Oh God, embarrassment like crazy as a kid. You talk about being humiliated and totally desecrated. Oh God. Oh yeah. I'm a big believer in the SNAP program. When you need it, it's there. When you qualify for it. You don't mess around with it. You don't jerk around with the damn thing. Hold on to it as a lifeline. And be thankful we got plastic for right now. But when it comes out for paperwork, you're going to hate it like crazy on that one. Oh, those lovely times of dealing with pieces of paper. You got your dollar, you got your five, you got your 10, and you got your 20. You say, what's the difference? Oh, you didn't live through those days, my friend. You did not live through those days. And if you're my age, you definitely lived through those days and regretted every single second of it. Only because dealing with bureaucracy like that is a pain in the ass after you get your money and you already got things to be by. There are certain vendors out there that would have take the food stamp money, and other vendors would want to prefer cash. But well-known ones would take the state money there, the food stamps. A meat market would be one. Myron had a list. We already knew the guy. How your boys doing, Marianne? Oh, and they're doing fine. Yeah, they think growing up here. How you doing, David? Fine, Stan. How you doing, Johnny? Fine, Stan. You got pieces of bologna and Braunschweiger. You don't like Braunschweiger, do you, John? No, I can't stand this stuff. Yes, I'll take it. He loved Braunschweiger, my brother did. Munch on the pieces as we waited. Get these brown, pink, wrapped meat pieces of meat that we'd use and throw it in the freezer. Portioned out, we could stretch that damn thing out for maybe 2 or 3 weeks if we were lucky enough. Stews, casseroles, maybe an occasional steak if we were lucky enough, or maybe some burger. But we had gotten what we could get for the amount of money we were allotted. And once in a great while, we had the money for it, we would maybe go out for fast food if we saved enough for it. That's the thing these days, what I have to constantly do. I mean, I got the disability coming in, and I have to partial out what I've got, see what I can use, what I can't use. I have to do the balancing act on this one. Unlike my mother, she had to get a menu option going on to figure out the bulk food necessary to feed the family. We had oven working. We had stove with the burners actually working. And we would have a refrigerator with the freezers. Actually, we had two of them. And it would come in handy for the extra storage. The store would actually have the temporary of the perishables. The freezer unit would be full of meat. Stuff we could actually get out, including frozen food. We learned how to enjoy Swanson's. We didn't do a banquet. We did Swanson's and the salt content. But we did enjoy the pot pies. It's basically chicken stew with a pie crust around it. Throw it into the oven and yeah. Some days like that. These days, these days I have to figure out what the hell I'm going to have the next day. If I get some bulk stuff, then I could try planning on some of it. But then again, mood changes left and right. Back then, I was unstructured, and Ma was in control, and Dave really didn't give a shit what the hell we were going to be fixing. We are going to be fixing something. I just took over that damn attitude these days. I have to stretch out what I've got, what I'd like to have, what I don't like to have, and if I can have the meal maybe for 2 or 3 days at one time, then I'm doing okay. I get for myself and my dog. She don't do the dog food anymore. Actually, not the canned crap anyway. Not the canned crap. No, she couldn't stand it anymore. I had to throw that shit out, so switched to cooked food. Cook it myself. Some of it anyway. And she'll eat it when she's hungry enough. Other than that, that's what's happening these days.